Good morning, Retail Alliance family and friends. My name is Ray Mattis. I'm with Retail Alliance, and I welcome you to today's coronavirus briefing. I'd like to first call on our chief lobbyist, Kate Baker, who represents the Virginia Retail Federation, a subsidiary of the Retail Alliance. What we're going to do today is review the federal initiatives, relief initiatives, as well as the state. Kate will start reviewing the federal now. So Kate, turn it over to you.
Hope everybody's doing well and staying healthy. The first thing that we're going to talk about is the CARES Act, which is the stimulus package that has passed the Senate. Still has not passed the House. They're expected to vote on that either today or tomorrow, depending on whether or not they can get everybody to agree to a voice vote today. If not, it will be tomorrow. Last week, we sent you information on the paid leave portion that passed, which is the coronavirus number two package. This is the coronavirus number 3 package. We expect to see COVID-19 4 and maybe even 5 packages passing in the future. So some of the key provisions of the CARES Act that our members care about is the Small Business Paycheck Protection Program. This is $350 billion to support loans through a new paycheck protection program for small employers with 500 employees or fewer, restaurant and hospitality businesses with fewer than 500 employees per location, self-employed employed individuals and gig economy individuals, and then certain nonprofits. The size of the loan would equal 250% of an employer's monthly payroll, with the maximum amount being $10 million. Covered payroll costs include salary, wages, payment of cash of tips up to an annual rate of $100,000, employee group health care benefits, including insurance premiums, retirement contributions, and covered leave. Cost of participation in the program would be reduced for both borrowers and lenders by providing fee waivers and automatic deferment of payments for 1 year and no prepayment penalties. Loans would be available immediately through more than 800 existing SBA certified lenders, including banks, credit unions, and other financial institutions, and the SBA would be required to streamline the process to bring additional lenders into the program. So, as I said, it's 500 or fewer employees, businesses with 500 or fewer employees, and you had to have been in business on February 15th, 2020 and paid taxes on your employees or paid independent contractors. In order to qualify, applicants must certify, or not to qualify, but in order to even apply, applicants must certify the uncertainty of current economic conditions makes necessary the loan request to support the ongoing operation of eligible recipient, acknowledging the funds will be used to retain workers and maintain payroll or make mortgage payments, lease payments, and utility payments. So it can cover payroll costs, rent, payments on mortgage obligations, utilities. Size of the loan is 2.5 times your monthly payroll, up to $10 million, as I said earlier. For payment deferments, payments on principal, interest, and fees will be deferred for at least 6 months, up to 1 year after the loan is issued. The interest rate shall not exceed 4%. Loan maturity is 10 years. There's no prepayment penalties. And then for loan forgiveness, the following costs will be forgiven during the 8-week period, starting the day the loan is issued and ending in 8 weeks. Payroll costs, payments on interest of any mortgage obligations, rent, utilities, and the forgiveness amount may not exceed the principal amount of the loan. So that is a summary of the CARES Act. And again, we're waiting on the House to pass this. It's a 880-page bill. It's a lot to go through. I'm continuing to learn more and more about it from my national counterparts who are going through this every second of the day. So over the weekend, I'm sure that I'll get even more information that we will share with our members via the VRF as well as Retail Alliance.
Thank you, Kate. So that is the federal. So now let's move to the state. The executive order, I believe is number 53, declared by Governor Northam.
Yes.
Okay. So what businesses must close underneath this executive order?
The businesses that have to close are theaters, performing arts centers, concert venues, museums, indoor entertainment centers. It's anything that's considered recreational and entertainment business. It also includes beauty salons, barbershops, spas, massage parlors, tanning salons, tattoo shops, bowling alleys, skating rinks, arcades, zoos, aquariums, escape rooms, indoor shooting ranges, public and private social clubs, all other places of indoor public amusement.
What businesses are restricted in their operations?
Restaurants are restricted in their operations. It's restaurants, dining establishments, food courts, breweries, microbreweries, distilleries. They may remain open for delivery and takeout services only. And then non-essential retail businesses are also restricted in their operations to 10 patrons or less with adequate social distancing. And if you can't limit it to 10 patrons or less, then you must close your doors. So this means that you're having to make sure people are staying 6 feet away from one another, make sure you're cleaning at the rate at which the CDC recommends, etc.
So those companies that are not restricted or essential, they are grocery stores.
Right, yes. So they're not restricted in the sense of the 10 patron limit, but they're still asked to follow the social distancing guidelines and the CDC cleaning guidelines, like high touch areas and stuff. So it's grocery stores, pharmacies, any other retailers that sell food and beverage products, including dollar stores, medical supply retailers, electronic retailers, automotive part retailers, home improvement hardware, building material retailers, lawn and garden and equipment retailers, beer and wine and liquor stores, gas and convenience stores, retail located within healthcare facilities, banks and other financial institutions, pet and feed stores, printing and office supply stores, and laundromats and dry cleaners.
So let's review for a minute. What happens if a business does not follow these directives? What's the penalty?
The penalty is a Class 1 misdemeanor. So you need to make sure that you follow the directives, not only for your employees' health and safety, your health and safety, your customers' health and safety, but also, you know, the criminal charge that can come with it if you're not following it.
As a business, do I still have to pay my taxes?
Yes, businesses impacted by COVID-19 can request defer of state sales tax, which that's already passed. That was, we sent that out to our members. The state sales tax that was due March 20th could have been deferred to April 20th. And then also they are allowing you to defer payment of your individual and corporate income tax to June 1st. However, interest will still accrue on both of those, and you still must file by the deadline of May 1st for the corporate and individual income taxes.
Okay. Well, some of our small businesses, especially our restaurants, they've had to lay off some employees. We also have some current members that are doing everything they can to keep open. But in the event that they have to lay off or do any type of furloughs, will they be penalized when they apply for unemployment benefits?
Regional workforce teams have been activated to support employers that slow or cease operations. Employers who do slow or cease operations will not be financially penalized for an increase in workers requesting unemployment benefits.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's step back for a second and talk about an essential business. I work in a business that is considered essential. Does the ban on gatherings of more than 10 people apply to my workplace?
No, for the purposes of this order, employment settings are not considered gatherings, but they still need to adhere to social distancing as much as possible, increased sanitizing of common surfaces, and other appropriate workplace guidance from state and federal authorities.
Okay, so let's step back for a second and let's get into the shoes of the employees. So as an employee, my employer has cut my hours back due to the coronavirus. What can I do as an unemployed employee?
Yeah, so if your weekly earnings fall below what you would be, what your weekly unemployment insurance benefit would be, you can file for partial unemployment insurance benefits with the VEC, Virginia Employment Commission. So if you're furloughed, you can apply for unemployment insurance. If your hours have been cut back, you can apply for partial unemployment insurance.
Okay, so can I lose my job?
No.
Especially if I'm sick with the coronavirus?
Oh, yeah, can you lose your job if you're sick with the coronavirus? No, they have to adhere to FMLA. If they're covered under that, they can apply. So you've got the paid leave portion, which is 2 weeks, and that is for illness of you or somebody you're taking care of. That's 2 weeks. And then for businesses that are covered under FMLA, you can get additional 10 weeks of leave. So a total of 12 weeks of leave for taking care of a child whose school or daycare has been closed due to the virus.
So let's say that I'm taking care of a family member, not necessarily a child. Can I lose my job if I'm staying home and caring for that family member that has come down with the coronavirus?
If you meet certain requirements, your employer must provide you with up to 12 weeks of job protected time off to care for a parent, spouse, or domestic partner or minor child. These requirements include your employer has at least 50 employees within 75 miles of your work site. You have worked with the employer for at least a year. So this is the traditional FMLA coverage.
Right.
Now, there is additional FMLA coverage that has been activated through what passed last week, and that covers not taking care of somebody. That covers having to take care of your child whose school or daycare has been closed.
So if, and there's some rumors going out about this, but if my employer sends me home or I'm told not to come in for my scheduled shift, can the employer not pay me?
Yes. A Virginia employer is only required to pay an employee for work performed.
Okay. And I think another concern for a lot of parents, are child centers open?
Yes, they are, but the governor is encouraging people to only use those if they are essential employees and need the child care coverage and have no other option. But if you are not an essential employee and are at home, then he is saying, please don't send your children to those, just so that they can adhere to social distancing and everybody is safer and healthier.
Okay, well, thank you. So now I think we have some questions. One was regarding the bicycle shop. Tammy?
Wanted to know if that was considered essential. Bike repair.
No, it's, as far as I know, it is not. What's considered essential is the automotive parts, an accessory and tire retailer, not a bike repair shop. But they can remain open as a non-essential business. They just have to adhere to the 10 patron limit.
There was another question regarding inventory or loss of inventory. Will the relief
Whether or not the
measures
loan covers that? Yeah.
Yes.
So my understanding of it is that the loan does not cover loss of inventory. It covers the things that I listed off at the beginning, which are payroll costs, including salary, wages, and payment of cash tips, employee group health benefits, including insurance premiums, retirement contributions, covered leave, rent, utilities, mortgage obligations, etc. But
Walk us through, if you can, about the SBA, small business loans.
so there's two different things going on that our members can apply for once we get the information on how to apply for the stimulus package loan. But the first loans are the small business disaster relief loans, SBA disaster relief loans. That information has been sent out by Virginia Retail Federation as well as Retail Alliance. You click on the link there and apply for that. There are guidelines and how to qualify and what you get on their website. They're seeing a lot of traffic on their website, so it's taking longer, and I think it's taking longer to process those loans. And then separately from that, you will be applying for or can apply for the stimulus package loan. But it's important to remember that I don't think you can double dip on those. You're going to have to figure out which one works best for your business.
Okay, thank you. So I asked anybody who's reviewing this is a recorded session, and then it will be available through our website. If you have any questions, please submit them on our Facebook members only group, and we will get it back to Kate or to your membership advisors, either Tina Knight, Beth Cook, or Teresa. And we'll get them back to Kate, and we'll answer you on the members only group. So thank you, Kate. Thank you so much for interpreting all of that and breaking it down for us. Now I'm going to call on Kylie Seibert, our VP of Communications. She's got a couple of announcements to make. I think some that are going to be very helpful, especially going through this crisis.
Yeah, I really think so. Thanks, Ray. Hi, everyone. Good morning. We sent out an email yesterday with some updates, stuff that obviously has been shared from the Virginia Retail Federation through Kate Baker and her associate, Jody Roth. But we've also decided to introduce a couple of new webinars that we're hoping that will help the people and their businesses through this crisis. So under the name Strive Retail Relief, you'll find these on our website and Facebook page. We've invited a couple of speakers to share their advice and knowledge just for people to be able to cope. So the first one is presented by Lisa Smith, Mind Hack Coach. She will be presenting on resiliency and decision-making in uncertain times, from fear to hope to freedom. That will be next Tuesday, March 31 at 9:30 a.m. and it's live streamed. So she will share some crucial information, insight and resources right now to help retailers stay in the right mindset for making decisions and feeling a sense of hope right now that there are things that they can do and they can control in the midst of all of this. So she's saying that mindset is the crucial factor. The second is presented by Bern Haas, the Alternative Board, and I hope I pronounced that right. He'll be presenting on emergency business planning, and that's on Thursday, April 2 at 9:30 a.m. There are three ways you can face the uncertain future: panic, do nothing, or plan. So as a TAB business coach, his goal is to guide business owners through these tough times and help navigate the uncertain waters. So the best way to do that is to plan, make the situation under your control as much as possible. So what should you as a business owner do to prepare your business? So as part of our normal Strive series, we've got Sonia Schweitzer from The Intentional Marketer presenting on how to use email marketing to reach your customers, improve sales, and increase customer interaction. That will be held on Tuesday, April 7 at 8:30 a.m. So as I said, these will all be live streamed, but will also be recorded if you cannot make it live, and they'll be shared on our YouTube Retail Alliance channel. So please look up Retail Alliance YouTube. Also, all of our other Strives are now being made available from the previous year and this year as well, and they are also made available on our Retail Alliance YouTube channel. And if there's anything else that you would like us to present on, or if you feel like you need some more advice from certain speakers or anyone you know that you want to share with us, or any topics, please do so. Tina, oh yes, we've got here, there's my email address, so please shoot through an email to me. And basically, if you have anything that you need to refer to, any advice, go to our retailalliance.com website page, and it'll have the latest information about the legislative things as well as our events. So also make sure that you share our social posts, anything that you have that you share, tag us on any of the ones that are listed on the screen for you right now, we have access to. And big part of this is the Lover app, so please use that. If you have any updates to be made to your listing, if you are on it, please contact Lisa Renee Jennings. Her email is up on the screen as well. So that can, if you've had to change your hours, if you're changing the way that you are operating, please let her know and she can update that app so it's got the latest information. And it can always go back to what it was after this crisis is over. So please also reach out to your membership directors and any one of our staff. You know, we're there to support you and help you in any way we can. Tina, is there anything else that you wanted to add? I know that we had some graphics that we put together for Local Now, support Local Now, right? So they're on your screen now. They're downloadable on our website under Media Kit and also on the Lover page on Facebook. So please do share them, use them however you will feel. They're accessible to everyone. So appreciate that. Thank you, Ray.
Thank you, Kylie. Just a couple of other announcements. Our Retail of the Year event, which was scheduled for May 21st, has been rescheduled for September 24th. Our meet and greets have been canceled until further notice. Our Loss Prevention Task Force have been canceled until further notice. Our next briefing on the coronavirus will take place next Friday, April 3rd at 9:30. So maintain your spacing, love your families, good luck, and we will talk to you soon.